Hello AML enthusiasts. In the recent era of globalisation, transactions between countries have increased, leaving space to transact with persons or entities hailing from high-risk countries, subject to call for action. Considering this possibility, the UAE AMLCFT regulatory framework requires that all regulated entities file high-risk country reports, capturing details about such transactions. For this purpose, we have brought you this video on high-risk country reporting requirements within the UAE's AML regulatory framework. Before going into detail, let's explore which countries are designated as high risk and understand what high-risk country reporting means. So when we talk about high-risk countries, we're referring to those that have caught the attention of the Financial Action Task Force, FATF. FATF has identified Iran, North Korea, and Myanmar as high-risk countries. Further, high-risk country reporting means reporting transactions that involve a high-risk country. For this purpose, the UAE government included two reporting requirements that regulated entities must file: High-Risk Country Report, or High-Risk Country Transaction Report, HRC. High-Risk Country Activity Report, HRCA. Now that we have understood what reports are included for a high-risk country, let's examine the filing requirements under them. All regulated entities in the UAE must file HRC, HRCA. However, both reports have different requirements. For HRC, regulated entities need to submit all transactions if at the time of establishing or in the course of the customer relationship, or when conducting on behalf of a customer, they observe transactions related to high-risk countries, subject to a call for action. Further, for HRCA, all regulated entities are mandated to file if during the establishment or course of the customer relationship, or when conducting an activity on behalf of a customer, they identify activities related to high-risk countries, subject to a call for action. We have understood that all regulated entities must file HRC, HRCA. Now, let's start with what type of transactions need to be reported in HRC, HRCA. Any cross-border transaction involving the transfer of funds through a banking channel, or any remittances, either originating from, destined to, or passing through a high-risk country, would be subject to reporting in HRC, HRCA, irrespective of the amount or the currency involved. There is no need for the person engaging to be a physical presence in the high-risk country at the time of remittance or receipt of funds. But how do you file these transactions? Let's look at the process established within the AML regulatory framework. The regulated entity should file HRC, HRCA to the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, through the GoAML portal. While submitting the reports on GoAML, the entity must select an appropriate report type and provide all the necessary information mandatory to file. It should be noted that the FIU does not accept any report in physical mode, via email, or as a message on the message board available on the GoAML portal. In a case where the regulated entity does not have the necessary details mandatory for the HRC, then it may choose to file the HRCA. Here, the regulated entity must ensure that all the adequate details of parties, value involved, etc., are adequately captured. But it would be difficult to file all transactions involving a high-risk country. Keeping such difficulty in mind, along with the interest of the regulated entities, the UAE government has exempted certain transactions for HRC, HRCA. So let's look into those transactions. HRC, HRCA reporting requirement applies only in cases of cross-border transfers. So transactions like domestic checks or cash by a person hailing from a high-risk country, etc., are exempted. So for filing these reports, it is essential that banking or remittance channels are used for international transfers of funds. This video sheds light on reporting requirements surrounding high-risk countries within the UAE AML regulatory framework. We also discuss the reporting process and transactions required for reporting and exempted from reporting. In case you have any doubts or questions, please mention them in the comments, and we will get back to you. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more AMLCFT related videos. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss a video.